What is up, guys? Welcome back to another new video that I hope you're going to enjoy. Today, Otaku Sensei is going to be recommending the top 10 anime where the main character only shows his true power to save the one he loves. And if you do enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you're new, remember to turn on notifications for more upcoming top 10 videos. Also, there's a link to Otaku Sensei's Patreon and Discord server in the description, so join the Sensei server to chat and chill with other weebs and otakus. Without wasting any time, let's kick off this list. In 10th place is Witchcraft Works. Honoka Takamiya was perfectly happy with his completely average and normal life. His primary problem in life was the fact that he shared a school with the school's princess, Ayaka Kagari. Both girls and boys fawn over her, which makes Honoka's life difficult since he rides the same bus as her in the morning and sits next to her in class. What's worse is that if he even idly interacts with her, her fan club takes him out back and beats him up. One day while taking out the trash, he looks up to see a school building falling on top of him. He is saved at the very last moment by the very same beautiful girl, Ayaka, that he's never even had a full conversation with. She finally speaks to him, revealing that she's been protecting him in secret, but now that someone is attacking him directly, she no longer needs to do it covertly. It turns out that Ayaka is a fire witch, and there are other witches in the world who want to capture Honoka and use him for the power that he possesses inside of him. In 9th place is 𝐴ᴛᴜ Robo 𝐴ᴛᴜ. Battles continue between Penguin Empire, the mysterious lifeform which arrived on Earth all of a sudden, and Beauty Salon Prince, the secret anti-penguin organization. In order to fight the Penguin Empire's gigantic penguin robot, Beauty Salon Prince has developed their ultimate weapon, 𝐴ᴛᴜ, and is now looking for the pilot. They chose Koichi Marinbashi, a hot-blooded high school boy who is mad about big boobs, because he is the factor of high Eero particles, the source of unknown energy. In 8th place is God Eater. The year is 2071. Humanity has been pushed to the brink of extinction following the emergence of man-eating monsters called origami that boast an immunity to conventional weaponry. They ravage the land, consuming almost everything in their path and leaving nothing in their wake. To combat them, an organization named Fenrir was formed as a last-ditch effort to save humanity through the use of God Eaters, special humans infused with oracle cells, allowing them to wield the God Arc, the only known weapon capable of killing an origami. One such God Eater is Linka Utsugi, a new type whose God Arc takes the form of both blade and gun. Now, as one of Fenrir's greatest weapons, Linka must master his God Arc if he is to fulfill his desire of wiping out the origami once and for all. The monsters continue to be born en masse, while the remnants of humanity struggle to survive the night. Only God Eaters stand between the origami and complete and total annihilation of the human race. In 7th place is Saint Seiya, the Lost Canvas. In ancient times, a group of young men devoted their lives to protecting Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war. These men were capable of fighting without weapons. A swing of their fist alone was powerful enough to rip the very sky apart and shatter the earth beneath them. These brave heroes became known as saints, as they could summon upon the power of the cosmos from within themselves. Now, in present day, a new generation of saints is about to come forth. The young and spirited Seiya is fighting a tough battle for the sacred armor of Pegasus, and he isn't about to let anyone get in the way of him and his prize. 6 years of hard work and training pay off with his victory and new title as one of Athena's saints. But Seiya's endeavor doesn't end there. In fact, plenty of perils and dangerous enemies face him and the rest of the saints through the series. What new quests await the heroes of the epic Saint Seiya saga? In 6th place is Inuyashiki. Ichiro Inuyashiki is a 58-year-old man who is getting through a difficult time in his life. Though his frequent back problems are painful, nothing hurts quite as much as the indifference and distaste that his wife and children have for him. Despite this, Ichiro still manages to find solace in Hanako, an abandoned Shiba Inu that he adopts into his home. However, his life takes a turn for the worse when a follow-up physical examination reveals that Ichiro has stomach cancer and only 3 months to live. Though he tries to be strong, his family's disinterest causes an emotional breakdown. Running off into a nearby field, Ichiro embraces his dog and weeps until he notices a strange figure standing before him. Suddenly a bright light appears and Ichiro is enveloped by smoke and dust. When he comes to, he discovers something is amiss. He has been reborn as a mechanized weapon wearing the skin of his former self. Though initially shocked, the compassionate Ichiro immediately uses his newfound powers to save a life. an act of kindness that fills him with happiness and newfound hope. However, the origins of these strange powers remain unclear. Who was the mysterious figure at the site of the explosion? And are they as kind as Ichiro when it comes to using this dangerous gift? In 5th place is Chain Chronicle. This is the story of the Chain Chronicle, a book that describes everything that happens in the world. The citizens of the remote continent of Ygd once thought that there was nothing beyond their continent. The continent was divided into several regions, each with its own king. Though there were small skirmishes amongst them, a lord, chosen by the kings in conference, always maintained balance, until the evil Black Army arrived. The volunteer army, led by Yuri, was no match for the Black Army. During the fighting, the Lord of Black captures half of the Chain Chronicle, as well as the capital. In 4th place is Kyokushin Eureka 7. In the backwater town of Belfrost lives a 14-year-old boy named Renton Thurston. He desires to leave his hometown behind and join the mercenary group known as Gecko State, hoping to find some adventure to brighten up his mundane life. However, stuck between his grandfather's insistence to become a mechanic like him and the pressure of his deceased father's legacy, the only excitement Renton finds is in his pastime of riding the Trapar wave particles that are dispersed throughout the air, an activity akin to surfing. Everything changes when an unknown object crashes through Renton's garage, discovered to be a light-finding operation. A robot capable of riding the Trapar waves, specifically known as the Nervash Type 0. Its pilot is a young girl named Eureka, a member of Gecko State, who requests a tune-up for the Nervash. Their meeting sparks the beginning of Renton's involvement with the Gecko State as he takes off alongside Eureka as the co-pilot of the Nervash. In 3rd place is Mahou Tsukai no Yome. Chise Hattori, a 15-year-old Japanese girl, was sold for £5 million at auction to a tall masked gentleman. Abandoned at a young age and ridiculed by her peers for her unconventional behavior, she was ready to give herself to any buyer if it meant having a place to go home to. In chains and on her way to an unknown fate, she hears whispers from robed men along her path, gossiping and complaining that such a buyer got his hands on a rare sleigh beggy. Ignoring the murmurs, the mysterious man leads the girl to a study, where he reveals himself to be Elias Ainsworth, a magus. After a brief confrontation and a bit of teleportation magic, the two open their eyes to Elias's picturesque cottage in rural England. Greeted by fairies and surrounded by weird and wonderful beings upon her arrival, these events mark the beginning of Chise's story as the apprentice and supposed bride of the ancient magus. In 2nd place is Devil's Line. Vampires walk among society, existing as part of its underbelly. They do not require blood to survive, but extreme emotions can immensely increase their bloodlust, turning them into uncontrollable monsters. Tsukasa Taira, a 22-year-old university student, learns of the existence of vampires when her longtime friend reveals himself to be one of them after a tense confrontation with Yuki Anzai, a human and vampire hybrid. Her friend is arrested, and Tsukasa soon finds herself drawn to Anzai, who reluctantly reciprocates her feelings. However, this unconventional romance may prove too difficult to maintain, as Anzai struggles to contain the part of him that wishes to devour Tsukasa. And in 1st place is Grand Crest Senki. The continent of Atlantan once again finds itself devoured by the flames of war after a horrific event known as the Great Hall Tragedy. What was supposed to be a joyful occasion that would establish peace between the Fantasia Union and the Factory Alliance, the marriage of Sir Alexis Dose and Lady Maren Kreisch, was instead a tragedy. As the bride and groom walked down the aisle, the ceremony was suddenly interrupted by a powerful convergence of chaos, a dark energy from another dimension that corrupts the land and brings forth monsters and demons into the world. From within that energy appeared the demon lord of Diablos, an evil being who instantly murdered the archdukes of both factions, shattering any hope for peace between them. Having failed to prevent this disaster, Seiya Meletes, an alliance mage, is traveling through the chaos-infested countryside to study under a master magician, when she is intercepted by a group of soldiers working with the Federation. Seiya is rescued by Theo Canaro, a young warrior carrying a mysterious crest, a magical symbol that gives its wielder the ability to banish chaos. Bearing no allegiance to a specific domain, Theo hopes to attain the rank of Lord so that he can liberate his hometown of Sistina from its tyrannical ruler and the chaos spreading within it. Impressed by his noble goal, Seiya enters into a magical contract with Theo, and the two embark on a journey to restore balance to their war-torn world. Alright everyone, that's it for today's video. Did you guys enjoy this list or find any anime you're interested in? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. And please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and if you're new, remember to hit the notifications button so you never miss any upcoming videos. Also don't forget to follow Otaku Sensei on Twitter at AnimeBrownNet. I'll see you guys in the next one.
All on me.